Hi everybody, welcome to Code Vipassana Season 10. We're so glad you've decided to join us for this season. It's a very special season for us, it's our 10th season, and it's a very exciting time for developers. Well, Google has been very busy in rolling out the newest tech related to agents and their AI models, and this season will help you explore and learn it. So, the name of this code lab is From Prototypes to Agents with ADK, where you'll build your very first agent with Google's newest agent development kit. So, let's get started. So, what are we going to do in today's code lab? And what exactly is Google's newest agent development kit? Well, to explain this, let me take an example. Just imagine you want to remodel your kitchen. Like me, most of you would be engineers or studying tech. But we don't want to worry about regulations, fixtures, things like that. And that's the example we're taking in this code lab today. Well, how can Google and Gemini help us? Through the newest framework called the Agent Development Kit, where we will not just write prompts to get textual answers, but we will make agents perform goal-based operations using the tools and context they have while speaking with the AI models. Pretty cool, right? Yes. So, what will you build in this code lab? Well, you will build a simple agent to generate a renovation proposal document with ADK. Then you'll store the generated document in the cloud storage bucket, and you'll test that agent in Cloud Shell and in the agent web output. All you need to do this code lab is a browser like Chrome or Firefox and a Google Cloud project with billing enabled. Don't worry about this step, I'll take you through this in the next step. Okay, now let's head over to step 2. Step 2 is a list of all the prerequisites we need to complete before we start working on this code lab. The first thing that we need to do is we need to go to the Google Cloud Console homepage. You can use this hyperlink and open the Google Cloud Console homepage, where you'll be greeted with a screen something like this. To the right of the Google Cloud logo, you'll see this button that says Open Project Picker. If you've used Google Cloud before, you might have multiple projects here. If you're using it for the first time, you might have something called your first project or just nothing. Don't worry about any of that. You can always go ahead and create a new project, give it any name that you like, click on create, and it will use that project. I'm not going to do that since I want to use this project, but make sure you always remember your project ID. This will be very important in the future, in this code lab and throughout the season and whenever you use Google Cloud. So once you have your project set, let's see what the next step is. The next step is to make sure that billing is enabled for this Google Cloud project. Billing basically enables us to use Google Cloud services inside Google Cloud. Services like the Cloud Bucket or ADK, etc. Don't worry, you do not have to connect any kind of credit or debit card or pay any kind of money to do this code lab. All you need to do is click on this link, open it in a new tab. This is the link provided to you by Code Vipassana, which will give you an access to $5 in Google Cloud credits. Click here to access your credits, scroll down, click on accept and continue, and the credits will be credited to your billing account. How do you check that? Well, after you click on accept and continue, you will be greeted with a page which shows the billing homepage. The billing homepage looks something like this. If you have a different page, don't worry, just come back to the Google Cloud homepage, click on billing inside the project you're in. On the left, scroll down to the credit section. All you need to see is a credit with $5 of value. If you see this, you're good to go. Don't worry about anything else. You can always close everything else. So we have the first two things ready and we can now proceed. The third thing that we need to do is activate the Cloud Shell. We can activate the Cloud Shell using this link. So let's right click on it and open it in a new tab. As you can see, once I right click this and open it in a new tab, automatically a Cloud Shell terminal starts getting open. I will have to authorize it. If I click on authorize, it will ask me for some permissions. Once you give it the permissions, it will provision a special Cloud Shell machine for you. What I usually like to do is I like to click on this button that says open in new window. Open it in a new window, close the previous one, leave that website, authorize it. Just wait a bit for it to provision your cloud machine. It will take a few minutes or a few seconds to do it. This is how it will look like when you're provisioning and connecting your Cloud Shell instance. If you're using Google Cloud for the first time, don't worry, it might take some time, but it'll be done very soon. Once your machine is connected, it will open up a terminal, something like this, which will say Cloud Shell, and this is the terminal you can use to access everything in Google Cloud. A pro tip, maybe close this terminal, open the editor, let it establish a connection to your Cloud Shell editor. This is a VS Code style editor that is built right inside of Google Cloud. What you can do is click on terminal, click on new terminal, and access a similar terminal here inside this editor. So whenever you need to execute commands in the terminal, you can always use this terminal, and whenever you need to access the GUI, you can use the GUI. So let's go back to the codelab. What we need to do is once we've connected to the Cloud Shell, we just need to run some commands to make sure that we're properly authenticated and our project is set. How we can do this is let's copy these commands and paste it inside our terminal. gcloud auth list will show us the account that is connected to this terminal right now. So as you can see, this is my account that is connected. The next command will show us if a project is connected to this terminal right now. As you can see, the project is unset. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to set the project. The next command that we have is gcloud config set project, and you have to replace the arrow brackets with your project ID. Remember, I'd asked you to always remember your project ID. Well, this is the place where you use it. If you don't remember it, open the home page that you left open earlier, click on the Google Cloud logo. This is your project ID on the home page. For me, it is test-code-vipassana. For you, it will be your project ID. As you can see, once I enter this command, my project is set, and now the project ID is here in yellow. So, looks good. We can move ahead. Now, we will prototype our use case and our agent inside Google AI Studio. What exactly is Google AI Studio? It's one of Google's newest inventions that help you prototype any idea that you have in mind, from prompt answers to image generation, speech generation, build apps, and whatnot. To open it, simply right click on this link, open it in a new tab, and this is the Google AI Studio. This is what it looks like. On the right, in run settings, you can configure the model you want to use for prototyping. We have access to the 2.5 Pro preview models, the Flash preview models. In Gemini 2.0, we have access to the image generation models, and so much more. You can also always configure tools like grounding with Google search or structured outputs. For now, we don't need to do any of this. Let's go back to the codelab. For the first prompt, we'll choose the Gemini 2.5 Pro model, which is a thinking model. That means we get more output tokens, up to 65,000 tokens, and also it comes with reasoning capabilities, which can take in long context requests. So let's copy this prompt, go ahead to AI Studio, paste it, says I want to renovate my kitchen, basically just remodel it, and the entire prompt. Run it. Let's see what kind of output it gives. You can see that it's thinking, it's understanding my needs, structuring my requirements, then formulating a prompt for Gemini and refining the prompt structure. All that through a simple 53 token prompt. Okay, you can see the output of this prompt is a prompt for Gemini which says generate a step-by-step kitchen remodel plan. This is the current kitchen, this is the vision, this is the budget, all of these things through this simple prompt. An example snippet is also provided in the codelab, so we're going in the right direction. The next thing we need to do is we need to use our second prompt to generate an image of our remodeled kitchen. So let's paste in this prompt. The prompt goes like, add flat and circular light accessories above the island area for my current kitchen in the attached image. You can frankly decide to attach any image of any kitchen that you want from the web, etc. For this one, what we'll do is we'll use the sample image in the codelab, open it. If you want, you can put the direct link. I'll just save it in my downloads. I'll attach it here, upload the file. This is the kitchen image we're generating. This is the inspiration we have. You need to switch the model to Gemini 2.0 image generation and give the prompt. You can see it's working on generating the image. It will add flat and circular light accessories above the island area to the current kitchen, and here is how the output looks like. Wow, you see this? How real do they look? Well, they weren't present in the original image. How cool. So, this is the power of Gemini. This is what we're going to do, and this is how the output would have looked like in the demo codelab. This is the output we got. You might get a different output. As long as it fits our criteria, we're good to go. So now, from understanding videos to image generation to grounding information, Gemini can do everything. Now all we need to do is take this prototype, grab an API key from the AI Studio, and convert this into a fully agentic application using the power of the Vertex AI Agent Development Kit. Let's move on to the next step. In this next step, we will be now setting up the Agent Development Kit inside our terminal and inside our Google Cloud environment. The first thing that we need to do for this is access the Cloud Shell terminal and create a virtual environment. Let's copy this command, go back to the Cloud Shell terminal we had open, paste the command, press enter. It'll give you a blank, just a next line, and that means the venv has been successfully created. If you want to check if it's been created, you can simply type ls-a and you should be able to see that there's a .venv folder here. Let's go for the next command. The next command is activating the virtual environment. You can simply copy it, again, paste it and press enter. You will see .venv is added to your Google Cloud name of the account and you're good to go. One thing that you might have noticed is that if you've restarted this session or if you've just opened this terminal again in a new tab, your project ID might have been unset. So just set your project ID again. So I will copy this command which we used to set our project ID, gcloud config set project, and my project ID is test-code-vipassana. I'll use that. Great, and it's set. The next thing that we have to do is we have to install ADK inside a cloud environment. So let's pip install Google ADK. Because I've used it before, it'll just use the cached version of ADK, but for you it might take 1 or 2 minutes extra. Do not worry about it at all. Just let it do its thing and you'll be done very soon. Okay, great. Now let's move on to the next step. Now let's create a project structure. What we need to do is we need to make a file called renovation-agent. Sorry, my bad, a folder called renovation-agent. This folder will contain multiple files, like the init file which will tell Python that this folder contains different packages, the agent file which will have the code for our agent which we are using for our kitchen remodeling, the requirements file which will have all the libraries listed down, and the environment file which will have our API keys, location, etc, etc. Okay, so let's copy this command. Let's go to the tab. Let's close this one. Let's go to our terminal tab. For now, I'm just scaling the terminal full size, doing a small clear so you can see it well, and mkdir renovation-agent. Mkdir just stands for make directory. Press enter. Again, if you want to check if your directory was created, you can always go ahead and do a ls-a, and you will be able to see a directory called renovation-agent was created. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to go to the editor and create the following project structure. How do we go to the editor? Well, we are already in the editor. So let's go do one thing. Let's go open a folder, scroll down, search for renovation-agent, and just press OK. You will see a screen like this that'll initialize your terminal and set your current folder to renovation-agent. The terminal is now inside this folder and your project IDs become unset again. So let's just go here, set our project ID, test-code-vipassana for me. You can see my project ID is set and I'm ready to create some new files here. So what files did we need? We needed an init file, an agent file. Let's do that. Let's go init.py. Let's go agent.py. Then we need a requirements.txt and a .env. So let's copy this. We need a requirements.txt and we need a .env. So let's close these for now and follow the codelab. So let's go to the init file and update it with the following code from .import agent. I'll also explain you what the code means. The code simply means from the current directory import the agent module, which is simply importing all the code from this file that tells Python that renovation-agent is a module that it can run. Right? Now, go to agent.py and update the file with the following content from the following path. Okay, so this is a GitHub repository provided to you by codevipassana. You can copy this, paste it in a new tab, and it will open this GitHub file, which you can take the code from. Let's copy this code, paste it inside our own agent.py, and you'll have all the code inside. What is this file for? Well, this file imports the necessary dependencies, retrieves the configuration, does all that. What does it finally do? It defines the root agent and generates the proposal document. It stores it in a cloud storage bucket, and to do the cloud storage step, we use a tool called store_pdf. This is an ADK feature. So make sure you have the cloud storage bucket. To create the cloud storage bucket, we can use this article. Let's copy this, paste it, and see what the article says. Okay, so if you have to create the cloud storage using the console, we just have to go to buckets, follow the steps I'm doing. It's very simple. So let's just go to buckets, click on create, click on a name for the bucket. Let's see if the codelab suggests us anything. They say name your bucket next-demo-store. Let's try that out. And it says that the bucket name is already taken. So let's maybe add your name in the front of it. So once I enter this, it doesn't give me any error. So I just click on continue. You can select any region. Multi-region has highest availability. So I'm just selecting US. You can click on continue. Everything else is just standard. You don't need to worry about anything else, and just click on create. You can disable public access for this because you will be internally using this. So you can click on confirm. Great. So now you have the bucket. The name of the bucket is this. Just remember this. Don't make sure you don't forget it. So we've already done this. Now we have to create the dependencies list. All the dependencies are in the requirement.txt, and we can copy this from the repository. Let's go back to the repository. Here is our entire dependency list. Let's copy this, go back to the Cloud Shell, go to the requirements.txt file, paste all the dependencies, and close that file. You can read this entire section to understand what the multi-agent system architecture looks like, what the different agents are doing, what are the definitions, etc, etc. For this video, I'm moving on to the next step. Okay, so data flow and key concepts. How does our data flow and what are the things that you need to know? So just TLDR, I'll do this version. So the request is received by the root agent in ADK interface. Then the root agent analyzes the request and routes it to to the appropriate sub-agents. Like we have a store PDF agent, we have an agent that goes to Gemini and gets the answers, things like that, right? The sub-agents use LLMs, knowledge bases, APIs, databases to process the request and generate responses. Then the sub-agents return the response to the root agent, and the root agent combines the responses and provides a final output to the user. You can read this entire section for more clarity. For now, we'll move on to the model setup. Now, to do the model setup, we need to head to the AI Studio, which we previously closed. We need to go to the API key section, click on Create an API key, select your Google Cloud project, which you have your credits in, create API key in existing project, and copy this link. Once you've copied this link, we need to go to the .env file and replace our API key with this actual API key. So let's go to the .env file, but wait, our file is currently empty. So that's where the next step comes in. The next step is the environment variable setup. What do we need to do here? We just need to copy all of these, go to our .env, paste them, and just go and paste our API key. So the API key that we had generated, paste it there. Our Google Cloud storage location was US. So let's just set it to US if you selected multi-region. Then your project ID, my project ID is test-code-vipassana. You can use your project ID. Again, I just need to enter my project ID here. I'm going to do that. Again, Google Cloud region. You can leave it to your region, US Central 1. And the storage bucket name, my storage bucket name was Mohit-next-demo-store. So looks good for me. Let's close this file. Next. Now, finally, this is the last step where we run our agent and we can query it. How do we do this? Well, we enter the renovation-agent directory, we install all the requirements, and we run it from the current folder. And then we can go out of that folder and also run a web version of it and actually test it with prompts. Let's go ahead and do this. So let's go back to the Cloud Shell terminal. We are already in the renovation-agent. So if you see this, you can skip the first step, which is cd renovation-agent, and you can just directly start with pip install requirements. It'll install all your requirements. Once it's done, it will show you something like this. You can clear it for spacing, and you can just simply run the command ADK run dot. And it should process all the files in your current directory, and the agent development kit should be able to run your agent. Log setup complete. Running agent proposal agent, type exit to exit. If I just say something like hi, it says, "Hi, I'm a home renovation proposal document generator. I can help you with the following. To get started, please tell me about this. So cool. I'll just type exit for now, since I have to show you how to use the web UI for the agent development kit. Again, I'll just scale the terminal full scale, do a small clear, go back, and now we can run ADK using the web UI. For this, you need to go outside one directory for ADK to find your agent. So for that, you simply need to do cd dot to go outside this directory. Then you need to just simply do ADK web. Again, give it a minute or two, and it should show you that your agent is successfully running like this. The web server has started, and for local testing, you can access it on localhost 8000. To access this, you can simply copy paste this in another tab, and it'll show you a UI like this. Welcome to ADK, select an agent on the left to begin with. Well, I will select renovation-agent. Wow, it's a very good UI. And let's see what Code Vipassana Lab tells us. It says, hello, generate a proposal document for the kitchen remodel requirement. I have no other specification. Let's give this prompt to our agent and let's see what it's able to do. I'll just press enter. You can see it started its process. If I just show you how the backend works like, just go back to the Cloud Shell. you can see after I put in that query, it took that query, it took all the system instructions we've given it inside our agent file, it's drafting everything, then it's calling the stored PDF function, it's generating the proposal document, and finally once it's done, it will output that document to us, which will also be stored in our Google Cloud storage bucket, which I will also show you. Give it a minute or two and it'll be done. Wow, stored PDF was successful. The proposal document has been created and uploaded to the cloud storage bucket. Let's go and check the cloud storage bucket if our document was created and stored properly. Well, after a refresh, here I see it. Proposal document for user.pdf. If I open this document, you can download it. Proposal document, the scope of the work, the proposal price, everything the way we wanted it. Super cool. So now this concludes the part where you make and run your agent, you test it. Now for the results that you need to submit for this code lab, you can come to the results section, which is section 11. You will see all this code in your terminal once you've run ADK run, everything that I showed you. You can attach these screenshots, or you can also validate if the proposal doc was created in your cloud storage bucket. Once you've submitted the results and successfully validated the project, you can go for a cleanup. What does a cleanup do? It just deletes your project so that you don't need to worry about the credits being used. Don't worry, nobody will charge you because you're on a trial Google billing account. So the $5 credits are all that are connected to your account, and in the next code lab you'll get more credits. So don't worry about that. So if you want to do the cleanup, you can go to the manage resources page. You can go here, you can select your account, click on delete, type in the project ID and click on shut down anyway, and you can delete this project. Let's go. You've completed this code lab. You've successfully created and interacted with your first multi-agent app using Google's newest agent development kit. Stay tuned for so many more sessions on so many interesting use cases regarding ADK, MCP, toolboxes, so much more. We'll be doing so much together, and we can't wait for you to explore Agent Development Kit with Code Vipassana. See you in the next session. If you have any doubts, please reach out to us at Discord, comment down in the YouTube video, and leave a thumbs up. See you in the next video.